But the escalating conflict in the Middle East has sparked fears of a second cost of living crisis in Britain, experts have told GB News. As more drones are intercepted over the Red Sea, there are fresh warnings that oil shipments could cease, leading to a sharp rise in inflation. Joining me now to discuss this is GB News reporter Charlie Peters. Charlie, what's been happening overnight in the region and how crucially could this impact Brits?
Well, it's been a very busy period in the Gulf, especially surrounding areas in the Red Sea and indeed in Israel and Gaza over the Christmas period. On Monday, on Christmas Day, there was an attack on US forces in Iraq, on a base in the north, in Erbil, in Kurdistan, and they responded with strikes on Kataib Hezbollah, a paramilitary group in the country, after 3 US service personnel were injured, one of them critically. And then yesterday, we also had reports from the US that they had intercepted some 12 missiles and assets fired by the Houthis, an Iran-backed militia in Yemen, fired into the Red Sea, possibly at commercial shipping, also potentially heading north towards Israel. So a significant escalation in the conflict there, with the US launching just their 4th retaliatory strike on those Iran-backed militias. They face over 100 attacks since the war started on October the 7th. And experts have warned GB News this morning that this could lead to a second cost of living crisis if this escalation continues. That precarious shipping lane from the Suez Canal down into the Red Sea is where many of the world's goods transfers. Nearly $35 billion worth of goods were diverted in the week before Christmas due to these escalating naval pressures. That fear did ease in the Christmas period when the US-led naval coalition Operation Prosperity Guardian was deployed to that area. However, it has lacked full international support, many Arab countries not providing assets, the French and the Spanish reportedly not keen to be under full American command, and so the Americans are dealing with the bulk of that threat. The Houthis do pose a significant risk to commercial shipping. BP and Maersk have both halted their shipping routes through the Strait of Hormuz into the Red Sea. And if that continues, and if these rocket attacks continue on commercial shipping, as we've seen in the last 48 hours, then there is a realistic possibility that further inflationary hits could occur back home in Britain.
Yes, so Charlie, just as the government are celebrating inflation being halved, inflation down, we could actually see it go right back up if this continues.
That's right, and there's no indication at this time that the Houthis are going to slow down their efforts. They are retaliating against what they describe as a blockade in Gaza and the Israeli war there. Last night, Herzi Halevi, the IDF chief of staff, said that the war would last for many months, indicating that Israel is not prepared to let up, suggesting that if that continues, the second-order effects will be more missiles, more drone attacks, and more conflict in the Red Sea, with commercial shipping and indeed British lives and interests at risk. But we could soon be feeling the effects of that in our pockets too.
Yes, it does look like this may well be a prolonged war in the Middle East, that's for sure. Thank you very much, Charlie Peters, our GB News reporter, bringing us the very latest from the Middle East.